So, today we're going to be focusing on something that feels extremely prevalent and extremely relevant right now, which is this feeling or this experience of hopelessness or helplessness. At the time of me filming this, we are experiencing multiple humanitarian crises, multiple genocides that are being live streamed to our phone, and it can feel extremely overwhelming when we see the violence on our phones, when we see the violence in the media, and when we see it in person. And it can be very easy and understandable to shut down, to feel like, what power do I have here? What difference can I even make? So that's what today's video is going to be on, is how to hold ourselves and comfort ourselves while also creating space to have a different experience around this feeling of hopelessness or helplessness. Because the truth is, there is always something that we can do. So this can be applied towards, things that are on my mind are genocide and humanitarian crises. But you can use this video at any given point in time for anything that you are feeling helpless or hopeless around. Again, if you're new to EFT or emotional freedom technique, you're welcome to look at some of my earlier videos that go through what it is, what it does, and how to use it. But other than that, go ahead and think of something that you are feeling hopeless or helpless around. And if you're able to, i.e. you're not driving or doing something unsafe that requires your attention, I invite you to close your eyes and just think of something specific that you are feeling helpless or hopeless around. And then go ahead and notice where you feel it in your body. Maybe it's a tightness in your chest. Maybe it's a pit in your stomach. But also notice the smaller sensations that might be happening as well. Tingling sensations. But go ahead and note the most prominent one. And then rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being like, I don't feel this a lot, and 10 being like, this is through the roof. And if there's any emotional experiences already happening around the hopelessness, like an additional emotion, maybe there's sadness, maybe there's overwhelm, go ahead and just note that as well. And we can go ahead and start tapping on the side of the hand. I am not going to, as a note, I'm not going to call out each next point. So if you're new to tapping, you can go ahead and keep your eyes open so that you can see when I move to the next point. So go ahead and start tapping on the side of the hand and call to mind whatever you're feeling hopeless or helpless around. And you can repeat after me, either out loud or in your mind. Even though I'm feeling all of this hopelessness and helplessness around, and then go ahead and bring to mind what you're feeling hopeless or helpless around. I choose to have compassion for myself. And right here, right now, I'm safe and I'm okay. And tapping on the side of the hand, repeating after me, even though I'm feeling so helpless right now, I'm feeling all of this hopelessness, I choose to have compassion for myself, and it's okay that I feel this way. And the last time on the side of the hand, even though I'm feeling so much hopelessness and helplessness around, and go ahead and call to mind what you're feeling helpless around, I choose to have compassion for myself. And it's valid and makes sense why I feel this way. And then go ahead and tap on the top of the head. And just pause here for a moment, continue tapping, and just take a deep breath in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. And then go ahead and tap on the eyebrow point, repeating after me. 'I feel so helpless. 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 ' moving to the side of the eye. I'm feeling so helpless around. And then go ahead and say out loud or in your mind, what are you feeling helplessness around? I feel it in my, and then go ahead and tap underneath the eye, take a breath, and notice, where do you feel this helplessness or hopelessness in your body? Tapping underneath the nose. It feels like, and then go ahead and describe, what does it feel like in your body? Is it a sharp feeling? Is it a heavy feeling in your body? Just take a moment and say, it feels like, and then give a voice to it. Moving to the chin. It's overwhelming. Moving to the collarbone point. It's hard to know what to do. Moving underneath the arm. And so I don't do anything. Moving to the top of the head. And then that makes me feel even worse. Moving to the eyebrow point. Sometimes I feel stuck. Moving to the side of the eye. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed. Moving underneath the eye. Sometimes I feel completely frozen. Moving underneath the nose, and sometimes I feel angry. Moving to the chin, angry at myself, angry at the world, angry at, and if there's someone else you're angry at, go ahead and say who you're angry at. Moving to the collarbone. But with all of these emotions, it feels very hard to take any action. Moving underneath the arm. I get scared that this action won't make a difference. Top of the head. I get scared that it's not the right action. Moving to the eyebrow point. Or maybe I'm comparing myself to actions that I see other people doing. Moving to the side of the eye. So instead of actually doing something, moving underneath the eye, I sit in my overwhelm, moving underneath the nose, and I don't move forward. Moving to the chin, and just take a deep breath in here. Moving to the collarbone. But maybe there's a chance for me to question this thought process. Moving underneath the arm. Maybe the steps I'm trying to take are too big. Moving to the top of the head. Maybe I'm trying to figure out too much too soon. Moving to the eyebrow point. Maybe I don't have to have everything figured out. Moving to the side of the eye. Maybe it doesn't have to look a certain way. Moving underneath the eye. Maybe it doesn't have to be perfect. Moving underneath the nose. Maybe I can start to look at my helplessness differently. Moving into the chin. What if the reason I feel helpless is because I care a lot? Moving to the collarbone. Maybe I'm actually scared of how much I care about this. Moving underneath the arm, and I want to do it right. Moving to the top of the head. Or maybe I'm scared of other things. Moving to the eyebrow point. And just tap here on the eyebrow point and just go ahead and give yourself a moment to say all the things you're scared of. Maybe you're scared of someone's disapproval. Maybe you're scared of retaliation. Maybe you're scared of doing it wrong. Just go ahead and say, if there's a fear, what is the fear? And if you need to pause this and give yourself more time, go ahead and do so. Moving to the side of the eye. I give a voice to these fears. Moving underneath the eye, not to enforce them or make them true. Moving underneath the nose, but to release the grip that they have on me, my body, and my capacity to take action. Moving to the chin, maybe taking action reminds me of times in the past. Moving to the collarbone, where taking action has been scary or hasn't gone the way I planned. Moving underneath the arm, and I can have compassion for myself and what happened to me. Tapping on the top of the head, and I can take a deep breath in this moment. Tapping on the eyebrow point, and create a sense of safety in myself here and now. Moving to the side of the eye, and tapping on the side of the eye here, and taking a moment to imagine a time or a place that allows you to feel really safe. What's a memory or a friend or somewhere that you go in your mind, it could be made up or in real life, that makes you feel safe? And if you need to pause this again, go ahead and pause it, but tapping here and bring that to mind as you tap. Allow that feeling of safety to come into your body. Moving underneath the eye. Maybe the more safety that I create within myself. Moving underneath the nose. The more space I will feel and ease I will feel. Tapping on the chin to take action. Collarbone. It's safe for me to take action. Moving underneath the arm. It's okay if I still feel some hopelessness and helplessness. Top of the head. But maybe I can start to realize, moving to the eyebrow point, that it doesn't matter how big the action is or how perfect it is. Moving to the side of the eye, and maybe I can take comfort in the fact, moving underneath the eye, that any small action is better than nothing. Moving underneath the nose. And I have no idea the impact that that small action can make. Moving to the chin. I learned to release control, or my idea of control. Moving to the collarbone. That I know the outcome of anything that I do. Moving underneath the arm. And trust that any small step that I can take. Top of the head. is moving something forward. And that is a big deal. So you can go ahead and stop tapping. Take a deep breath and release. And notice on a scale of 1 to 10 where that helplessness or hopelessness is now. And if there's specific things that came up around the thing that you are feeling hopeless or helpless about, if there's specific aspects, if there's a specific person involved, if it's a specific situation, you can go back and tap through that specific thing. The more detailed and specific we can get in EFT and tap on those things, the easier we can clear stuff. So I hope that was helpful. Again, you can use this for the current moment that we're in, and you can also come back and use it for anything else in your life. So I hope this was helpful, and happy tapping. I'll see you soon.